Hey everyone, I just grabbed the camera because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about a lot of things, and I thought I need to film this process because this is probably an intro to an interesting video. Maybe not, I'm thinking about it. Let me show you what's happening. So, hey Babuja. So over all the years we've been living in here, a lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed, a lot of things have started to break. So it's been 5 years now since I started building the van, and we've been living in it for full time for 4 years now. And things that I had designed are starting to either not really make sense anymore. Wolf is up there. Not really make sense anymore, or starting to break and I need to fix. Now, let me just show you where my mind started and where I'm at right now. So this is where my toilet is under, and this thing is breaking. Now, this has been breaking for a while, but I haven't really been wanting to fix it. But my parents came to this place lately, and they brought me my paint. So that means I can start fixing this. So I was first thinking of fixing this and then painting it, and then I need to paint this because this is all chipping. This I need to paint, like this entire seat needs painting. But then also this is not comfortable. So I want to cut this shorter. So since I'm now working more from inside the van, I've discovered that the seat was not really comfortable. So I got this cushion. Now this cushion always sits on here. I always had the idea to put it in here. So that's the thing I want to do. I also wanted to paint this. This is too high. I sit on here sometimes. It hurts my bum. So I wanted to saw that shorter. But then I also thought maybe... oh yeah, another thing is if there's one dog in the doghouse, it's a big doghouse, but if there's one dog in there, they won't let the others in because they usually have something to chew on. And also, if there's two dogs in there and I'm calling the dog that's in the back, the one in the front won't let the dog in the back pass. So that's always a hassle. So I was thinking maybe I should make more than one doghouse. I can do that now because when I first built the van, I had a bigger dog, Durak. She was about 12 kilograms. And these are all smaller, and they're getting smaller as we go because the latest edition, she's only 3 kilos. So yeah, they're getting smaller. So then I also thought the space under the bed is quite weirdly shaped. So if I'm going to make 2 dog houses, I'm going to make them more smaller, like narrow, less deep. And then I thought, my shoes always live here. So maybe I should make like a shoe cabinet. So then I can alter this bench. And then I was like designing a completely new van in my head. Now what is happening is that I took some measurements. I asked my friend, he has some wood I'm allowed to use, so that's great. I have paint. But what I wanted to do is just create these pieces that I want to add or adjust, paint it all, and then in a later point, like in one day or maybe 2 mornings or something, take the pieces apart that need to come out. Because if I start breaking everything now, then I'm going to be living in a half-broken van for a while. I don't want that because paint needs to dry and stuff and everything. It started with like one piece of wood hanging that I was like, oh, I need to fix this. And it's now turning into well, I was also thinking like, can I raise the bed a little bit? Can I like create some more room? And I was like, oh my God, the only thing I wasn't looking at is like the kitchen area. I was like, oh, I can raise that. Maybe I want to make like a coat hanger low, like a little garderobe, like a little closet situation like down here, and maybe I want to make this bench bigger, and then it was okay. Yeah, I'm spiraling, but I want to film it because I was now at the point that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna cut the wood. But I thought, okay, if I get started, I'm gonna not film. I'm also thinking of making the table more narrow because the table is quite big, but that makes that seating area not really comfortable, and that's because I did that so you can play a board game on here, Konisten van Karton, which I haven't played in years, but I have it and then it would fit on the table, but I've adjusted the table now so it won't fit anyway. It's just a very long, narrow table now. And then I remember how much hassle was trying to fix the table, but anyway, I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, she needs a little bit of a glow up. Just how big of a glow up am I going to make it? Am I going to go a bit more crazy? I was thinking like if I adjust the seating area, I need to buy new fabric. But no, because look, I was very, I kept a lot of fabric on here. So if I just like need a little bit extra, I just don't know if there's gonna be like discoloring or anything with the fabric. I don't really plan on buying any new fabric. This might come back to haunt me. But yeah, I was thinking, and also I was thinking of maybe, I'm sparring so bad. I was thinking of maybe sewing some clothing for myself. So I was thinking of driving to my parents' house and picking up the sewing machine anyway. Yeah, I'm spiraling. But I would like to start with the dog houses, because there's just one big dog house now and they all like it, but they can't all use it now. And also I was thinking, if I make that bench bigger, I can also make like a tiny dog house under the bench, because I keep dog food and everything in there, but I can like take a little bit of it to make an extra entrance. It's too bad I can't really have 3 entrances like here. I also think it's gonna look pretty weird, but I also won't be able to like reach in there. Oh yeah, I want to show you something else. When I originally did the Vanbuild, I just made like a little, this was just sitting here, but there was no way of keeping these in when we were driving and braking. So I put this little piece of wood that's like glued on here, but this breaks easily and it doesn't really look nice. So if I replace this thing, I can also have it be longer, so then I won't have a separate piece here. It's going to be way sturdy and won't break as fast. So yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking about like, okay, it's like everything that I'm like looking at, like, okay, so if I'll like unscrew that part, oh, then it'll be loose. So then I can probably fix this, and that. Or I can make it like bigger, or I can make it like smaller, or I can make it like higher, or maybe I can just raise, well, I don't really want to raise the bed. I just, this front part, maybe it's doable to make it like a little bit higher, so that everything's a little bit higher. But yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about, I'm basically because I also want to make like a really big drawer in the back, because I don't really have, I have like this little cabinet there. The back part is horrible. The garage area has been like a pain in my butt for years. I'm just shoving everything in there. So for one, I need to take a lot of stuff out that I can just throw away, and 2, I've been wanting to like organize that area better. So then I was just looking at all the wires and everything. I was like, oh my gosh. The thing now was, I thought, okay, I'll just start with the doghouse. But that's not really how that works. Because if I start with the doghouse, that means I need to change this first. That's the first thing I need to change. And that means I'm going to unscrew all of these things. And that means that the seats will be loose. So then you already have everything loose. So then if you want to take it apart, it's so easy. I'm already aware that I think this is way less work than it's going to be, but I do have this shed here that I can use. I have the saw, I have the wood, I have paint, I have everything. So I do have like an indoor space to work in, and I'm not really in a hurry to get it all done. And I've been thinking of maybe changing the interior color, but that also means I need to get new upholstery and everything. So for now, I think I'm just gonna stick with this color. But maybe someday I want to change the color. I was thinking of maybe going like eggplant or like red. But I'm not gonna do it now, because that's too much to even think about. And painting it is not that big of a deal. I can do that in like a day, I want to say. But if you repaint, it's gonna be different. But I don't care. That's not the point. The point is, in my mind, I'm already basically taking the entire van apart. It would be best if we would just put out a tent outside, put the bed in there, take everything out of the bed. Oh my gosh. But I was just thinking about all these things, and I was like, oh my god, I need to film this, because this is just how my brain works. I see one little chip of paint thingy coming off, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to fix that. But also, like, it's not just one, it's all of them. Look. And I have repainted since I redid it. I also want to cut this lower, so if you sit here, it's more comfortable. Wolfie bit this when she was younger, but I think she kind of still does it because I repainted it. And stuff's just falling apart. It's just it just like, you know, it just needs some new paint on it. That's okay. It's okay to redo it. Like up there it's coming off, there it's coming off. So it's okay if I need to like repaint. It's just that, yeah, it's just, I wanted to tell you I'm spiraling. Oh yeah, another thing. Oh. This is like the end of my menstrual cycle, or like halfway through that I'm on my period, and then I'm getting like my dopamine's coming back or something, I don't know. What I'd also been thinking about is that the dogs can't really choose if they want to be up or down from the bed. I also was thinking, like, if I can make like an entrance at the back of the doghouse that they can go up under the garage area and then come up at the back doors onto the bed. And then I would make it like covered so they can't fall off on the sides, but like a walking stuff for them. I thought, oh, I can make that. Like go out of the doghouse, go up in the back, and then they can choose if they want to be up or down. So I was also thinking about that, but I think it's going to make my doghouse area super uneasy to use, because I wanted to do it in the middle so they can, because if it's in the doghouse they won't be able to go past if one of the dogs are in. Yeah, these are things that I just think about. I could also make it like over there, and then like from this look what I'm seeing. I'm also thinking, like, if I make an entrance here, this is storage, but I can probably redo, or if I make this tiny bigger, a little bit bigger, I can make like an entrance in here and then have them walk from back there. I can make that bigger and then make them walk through like there, up, and then they will be on the side of they will come up in the garage area like over there. But I wanted to have them come up over there, but I think I'll have them come up. Anyway, these are things that may seem easy to do, but I know that they're not. Well, they are easy to do if you're not living in the van, because then you can just break everything and, you know, but as I'm living in it, I need it to be like doable. I need it to be like a couple of hours a day work and then stop. Otherwise I'm gonna get too crazy. But yeah, I'm just looking around, I'm just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it, I'm just thinking about it. No, that's not true, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So what I'm struggling with is that I'm the type of person that just wants to go and demolish things. So right now I want to take everything out of the garage area and put it into the shed. But there's mice and everything there, so I don't want to do that. But that will be easiest because then the garage area is empty. Then I kind of want to just break this all apart and then make it as I go. But now I need to like measure and think about sizes, and that's harder, because then I create everything, paint it, and put it in, and then it needs to fit. It's easiest if I can take this out. I'm thinking about doing it so bad right now. If I can just take this part out and like retrace it, and then create two different entrances, and then just repaint that part. But then this is all open and broken. But that's easiest. Now I need to remeasure and everything. But yes, so that's where I am at right now. And that's the beauty of being ADHD. The ADHD wants to tear everything apart and just start going. And the autism wants to have a plan. Figure things out. Get supplies if we need some. And that's the internal struggle I'm dealing with. Because usually it starts out autism-y and then it ends ADHD, because then that part takes over. Now, the ADHD that wants instant gratification is just saying, cut this hole bigger and then patch everything up. Autism is not agreeing with that. My ADHD part is saying, cut that hole bigger. Just make 2 separate houses there. So don't touch any of this wood, don't take it out. And then just patch everything up that's broken and paint it and it'll be fine. But my autism part is not agreeing with that, because my autism part has been annoyed by these cracks and these chipping paints and everything from the beginning, and wants to have it nice. So there's also 2 conversations about like, oh, I could also just cut a hole, and then the other part's like, hell fucking no. Oh, there's something on the roof. That's not happening. So yeah, that's what things are like inside of my brain. thank you for listening to that ramble. Normally, I don't leave these things in videos because I feel that it might be too much or too overwhelming, or I can make it look more aesthetically pleasing, or, when I'm editing, I can just make it look way more prettier than it actually is. But I do think that this way of me explaining it was very interesting because that's actually how my mind goes all of the time about lots of things. And I did decide to start measure, really try and do my best in getting it looking very nicely, which is always hard because at the same time my mind is still screaming, just make the hole bigger and just patch everything up. But I'm just trying to keep going. I have this beautiful piece of wood where the stained glass used to be on. And I'm just trying to measure as good as possible. And let's see if we can actually make this happen and make make 2 beautiful new dog houses. Nothing straight about that. Bad though. That's good. My jigsaw is super old, but I do have lots of saw blades. So I have this really fine one. I need to change it out, because this is going to shred it. This one's really rough. It's going to shred the wood. Get your ass out there. Get your ass out of there. Get your ass out of there. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate so much about this place that nobody sees me working here. Oh. So nobody's talking to me. I love that. Nobody's like, hey neighbor, what you up to? Nobody. I'm just here. Yeah, the birds are here. Why am I British all of a sudden? I have no idea. I'm not British. I'm Dutch. Okay, this is always such a hassle. Seeing if the blade is never, oh, no. This thing, the foot is never on straight. There's numbers on here. It should be, almost. This thing always moves somehow. When I tighten it, it moves. I keep it on straight. Oh, no, yeah, no. It's on straight. I tighten it. Okay, maybe. Maybe that's good. Come on. Ah! Okay, is it now good? Is it good now? Oh, maybe it is. A spider. Ow! Oh no. My first splinter. I always get so excited when I'm doing a new project because I really love doing these things. And also when I think back to when I first started learning, I think I've learned so many skills along the way because I can remember the first thing that I ever made was a little like bird house for my quill, which was very small, I think only like a meter wide. And it was for quill, so it was tiny and it had like heart shapes on it and it was hot pink. And I remember my then boyfriend taught me and it was so much work. And I thought, oh, this is such a hassle. And then when it was finished, it was so cute. And I was just learning how to use like the drill and the saw and everything. And now that I've built my entire van, and I love that I built my Vanbuild because I can just adjust these things as I go. I love it so much. I used to do so many skills as a kid, like with glue and with scissors and with paper and cardboard, but doing it with like wood and creating all these wonderful things, I think is so mesmerizing. And I cannot wait until I learn how to weld and learn how to sandblast. So because I would really like to do maintenance on the outside of the van. And then I also want to learn how I can do all the maintenance on the engine of the van, but that's for a future. That's future skills that I would like to acquire. I wanted to go like this and see if they're the same, and I thought no, they're not going to be the same at all. Oh, it's not that bad. Look, it's not bad at all. They're not the same, but they're not bad. They're like how do you say that? Cousins. No. Sisters, not twins. But that's okay. Nice. Now I'm thinking for this line that I need to cut, am I gonna do, I want to use like the big saw, like the, what's it called? Not the miter saw, the other one, circular saw. But that blade is so thick, I think it's going to demolish it all. But I'm not gonna get a straight line, just freehanding it. How am I gonna do that? I have an idea. Huh. These are now scraps. I'm going to just to check how the circular saw demolishes this. If it's not too bad, we can use it. Let's try it. It took me so long to realize that you can go like this. I was going under, that's not good. Okay, so it breaks this side, but this side's good. So then I'll just use this as the back side. So the top, it breaks the top, but that's okay because my design has been made. Am I saying that correctly or not? Wait, no, I'm not saying it correctly. Can I still use it though? Oh, I should just saw it from the. I should just saw it from this side then. I'm not too sure about it, but. And also, but this is kind of bad. But this, it started out pretty good. It got worse. But this side is all good. Ah. How? I don't want that part to drop. I love showing this process a little bit more in depth because a lot of time when I talk to people that don't really do these kinds of things, they always ask me like, I wouldn't even know where to start, or how do you know these things, or how do you think about these things? But I just troubleshoot as I go, because right here I didn't want the part that I had just sawn to drop. And is it sawn? Is that even a word? Sawed the part that I just sawed, I didn't want that to drop because it has this really breakable part in the middle. Also, I thought I would cut these holes out first and then do the rest. I'm not really sure if that was a good idea. But I'm just making it up as I go because I don't want it to fall, but I won't be able to keep it up, hold it up. So I'm just figuring out how to go. Now I couldn't really see the line that I've made, so I'm just tracing it out a little bit further. And I'm just taking one step at a time. And if I hit a hurdle, I Google it. And also, if you mess up, you start over. I don't really have a lot of this wood, but I can get new wood. So if I try something and I mess up, try again, you know? You live and you learn. You gain skills by just trying. Luckily, I didn't destroy any of the wood, so I can still use it the way I intended. So now I need to make 2 pieces of 15 centimeters so that I can later adjust those to the arch of the... Can I do that before? Maybe I can do that before. I need to have like the arch. Maybe I can reach that. Well, anyway, I need to make 2 pieces and then we can sand them and start painting, or clean them, sand them, paint them. Luckily, with the original doghouse, I could reach one of the wheel casings and I could use cardboard to trace it out. And I could actually do that onto the wood and then saw it out. So this hopefully will fit right onto the wheel casing and it'll be all perfect. I'm using a lot of power tools today, and I always love these things that I'm like, I can't get any further because of the clamp that was there. But I do have like a hate-love thing with power tools because it makes everything super easy, but I don't like loud noises, so I like to put my ear things on, my noise cancelling stuff. And also I always I don't like it when they like ricochet, or they you know, I'm always very aware that they are super powerful and super dangerous. But yeah, maybe because I'm so aware, that's why hopefully I'll be safe also in the future with using them. Now, I cut most of these pieces out, but a lot of the time I'm just looking at what I'm doing and looking around to see what I have laying around and seeing how I can fix an issue. So in this case, I'm trying to come up with a solution how to attach the middle piece, so that's going to be 2 doghouses, onto this front piece, being as like subtle as possible. So my first thought was I would just glue it and then put little tiny nails that I had in the wood. But this wood is like maybe like how small is it? Like 0.8 millimeters or something. It's really small wood. So I really tried, and I'm really trying to be very nice and thorough here. So I'm getting everything nice sanded and decreased, and I'm really trying to like make it all very beautiful. Yeah, sometimes trial and error, and I need to fix things up. So trying the nails didn't really work, and I later had to patch it up, and I had to make it a little bit more sturdy with other pieces of wood. I think I'm going to attach it and then paint it. No. Does this even work? I don't know. It's a little bit too thick in some areas. Let me check. Oh yeah, I can, no, that's good. Okay, I'll just cut this, and we're gonna use this, because that's a better idea. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do is take it apart again. Take it apart again. Try another try. I can actually screw it if it's, because this is thicker. But can I? I'm so worried I'm gonna break it. If I hit it and I break it in half, like here, I'm gonna get so upset. Oh. I might want to use this, I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point. Oh shoot. Come on. Thank you very much. Oh. Okay. This is not at all going the way I thought it would go. Not one bit. Yeah, that's okay. Stay, please. Stay. Please. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that's actually moving. Something like this. So as I was trying to troubleshoot and find a way to attach it and keep it in place, I was just trying to glue it and maybe then screw it from the other side because I don't want to have any screws visible on the front. I quickly realized that the fastest way, but also I can actually make this look nice, is to just screw 4 little screws, tiny screws from the front. And I have this device, I have no idea what it's called, but then I drill a hole and then I actually make like a gap for the screw to sit in, which is awesome. I really recommend using those things. So I use that and that makes the screw sit in a little bit of a gap so I can fill it up with filler and then sand it and paint it and it's all gonna look nice. If I ever want to take it apart again, I won't be able to find the screws, but that's okay. Just leave it forever. Leave it forever like this. Just never touch it again, Kim. Just don't. Okay, so I can fill that up. That's good. So now I just need to do the same thing down here. Down here. Go away, guys. Nice. Okay. So that's going great. And now I just need to put something in here so that I'll hold it. Actually. Yeah, it's perfect. No, this should be perfect. So now I hope I can put like this. Can I? Please. Please stay like this. Hey! No. Something's gross. Ew, is it still okay? Ew. please still be okay. Because I need you. I need you here. Why is it not coming out? I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Yeah. I need this to just come out. Come out. Get this out. Okay, really tired now, but it's just, I'm gonna have it dry. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna walk the dogs, and then I should be able to sand it, and then put the first layer. What was I trying to say? The first layer of paint, the first coat of paint on there. How was I going? So yeah, hopefully that'll dry. It's not looking nice now, but if I sand it, it's gonna be good, I think. And then I can put the first time for food. All this time that I've been working on this project, I had not been listening to any music, and it was now time to put on some music. So I'm just vibing to Tenacious D here, and I always think that's so interesting that I always need to have like some sort of music in the background, and that will help me focus. I think that's so interesting. So if I don't do that, I have so many vocal stims and I'm just mumbling and talking to myself all the time. But as soon as there's music on, I just go and do the thing that I said to do while I'm dancing and listening and singing to the lyrics and enjoying it. And I think that's so awesome. And yeah, I'm priming it with a different color because I only have a little bit of the right color paint left. So I decided to do that only as the top coat and prime it with a different color. And I think it's coming together very nicely and it's starting to look very cool already. I'm so happy that I'm doing this task because I've been so annoyed by that part. I think that part has been broken since like December or something, and it's been really annoying me. But also I'm so happy I'm doing it here because this shed, even though it's still messy here, I cleaned it out after and it's now super usable and super neat, just like I love it. And this shed is so awesome, or this like workspace. There's so much room and I can have it dry, and it's just, I just love having a workspace like this. And I'm not in a hurry. I don't need to have it fixed today and put it in the van. I can just leave it overnight and the miceys can enjoy it, the sweet little mice that live in here. And yeah, I think this is so nice. I don't need to rush, and the sun is setting, and it's just so lovely being here and having all this room to do this job. And I'm so excited that my dogs are going to have, like, I wanted to say their own little room. But I have 3 dogs and I'm only going to have 2 separate bedrooms for them. But it's going to be so lovely for them. I actually told my friend when I was finished with this project, I said, we actually live in a 3-bedroom house now. Good morning. It's the next morning. And it's time for sanding because she's still kind of rough. So I'm going to sand it. I got fine sandpaper, and then do the proper color probably. Let's see how she's doing. The nice thing for me about having room to work and not being interrupted and having multiple days to do this is that every day I restart. So every day I have new energy to get going, and that's why I'm doing this very nice and proper, because normally if I need to finish it halfway through, I want instant gratification and I just pull through, and I'm like, okay, I need to finish this now, and it doesn't matter if there's a little hole or whatever. But because I now had a couple of days to let the paint dry, maybe fill some more holes up, and then let the paint dry again, do some more sanding, let the paint dry again, go for a little walk, have some dinner, check again. Because I had so much time and I could do everything so thorough, and I was dancing and vibing as I was going, I'm so happy that I took this time and I had this space. It's so beautiful. It's getting to be so nice, and I'm so happy that I still had some of this paint left to do. I might need to get more paint anyway if I want to repaint the seats and maybe the kitchen to have it all look fresh again, but we're not there yet. We're just here creating this beautiful little dog houses, and I'm so excited for my little babies to have these houses. It's so satisfying to get to this spot in the process, because now it's getting the actual color that it's going to be. So now this feels like the finishing step. It's not completely the finishing step, but this feels like, okay, after this, if this layer of paint is dry and looking nice, it's going to be ready to be put in. And as I was investigating inside the van where I was going to place it, I forgot that there was this little beam that needs to sit in here. So I needed to cut out a little piece, and my dad actually had given me this thing. I was borrowing it from him, so it was here right now, which was very handy to cut out this piece. So here's where I'm at. It's 3 o'clock. The thing is basically finished. Now, in theory, if I empty the garage area and I unscrew all the screws, I don't know if I can find all of them, should be able to replace it, so I have 2 dog houses. But the thing is, it's 3 o'clock. But tomorrow it's going to be 32 degrees, I think. So I want to keep the doors closed most of the day. So tomorrow I won't do it, and the day after we're gonna get some rain. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'll do it. But I always have such time blindness where I think I know how long something's gonna take, and in the end it's always way longer than I thought it would. And I have to say, the same thing applies for this video. I thought I could have everything in one video, but it turns out you're gonna have to tune in next week for part 2 and see how I'm going to figure this out, because this turned out to be a lot more work than I initially thought. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.